Stop everything. What I'm about to show you could be life-changing. Right now, in your pocket, in a jar, or even hiding in an old drawer, there could be a tiny coin worth hundreds, thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Today, we're talking about the 1964 D. Lincoln penny. It's just a 1-cent coin, right? Wrong. This little penny could be your hidden treasure, and if you watch closely, you'll learn exactly what to look for and why collectors are willing to pay shocking amounts for it. The 1964 D. Lincoln penny was made at the Denver Mint. Almost 3.8 billion of these coins were produced, so most people think they're just ordinary pennies. But some of them aren't ordinary. A few of these pennies have mistakes, errors, or unusual features that make them extremely rare. We're talking about pennies that, in the right condition, could be worth life-changing money. Some have sold for over $100,000. Yes, one single penny. Crazy, right? The story behind these coins is a little mysterious. Back in 1964, the mints were working at full speed. Machines were striking millions of coins a day, and mistakes sometimes slipped through. Some of these mistakes were tiny, almost impossible to notice. But for collectors, those mistakes are golden. A small doubling of letters, a coin struck on the wrong metal, a mint mark that looks a little strange. These details can turn an ordinary penny into a hidden treasure. Most 1964 D pennies are just face value, of course. You can find them in jars or under couch cushions, and they're not worth much. But if you know what to look for, if you know the secret marks and errors, you could be holding a coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. One of the most famous errors is called the Berty double die. It's called that because the word liberty looks like it was doubled or changed, almost like it reads, Berty. Only a handful of these coins exist, and one sold for over $140,000. That's right. A coin that looks like every other penny in your drawer could be worth more than most people earn in a year. So, how do you know if your penny is one of these rare coins? First, look closely at the letters on the front. Use a magnifying glass if you have one. Check Liberty and In God We Trust. If the letters look doubled, warped, or strange, that could be the first clue. Look at the date. On a double die penny, the numbers might look thicker or doubled as well. These are signs that a penny could be worth big money. But the Berty penny isn't the only exciting one. Some 1964 D pennies were struck on the wrong metal. Normally, pennies are made from copper, but some coins accidentally got struck on a dime planchet. That means the coin is silver-colored instead of copper. Those pennies are extremely rare. One sold for nearly $5,000 recently. A tiny 1-cent coin on the wrong metal, worth thousands. That's the kind of hidden treasure coin collectors dream about. Another way a penny can become valuable is if it has a repunched mint mark. The D for Denver sometimes got stamped twice by mistake. If you look at the mint mark carefully, you might see shadows, overlaps, or a second faint impression. These pennies are not as dramatic as a double die, but they can still fetch hundreds of dollars if they're in good condition. Some pennies are off-center. That means the design isn't perfectly centered on the coin. The more dramatic the off-center strike, the more collectors love it. Minor off-center coins might only bring $50 or $100, but really extreme ones can be worth hundreds or even more. There are also clipped planchets. Sometimes part of the coin is missing, like a small curve cut from the edge. These are errors too, and collectors will pay for them depending on the size and condition. Some rare coins even show traces of another year under the 1964 design, like a 1963 faintly showing beneath the new strike. One such coin sold for over $4,300 at auction. It's amazing to think that ordinary pennies can hide this much excitement. Most people throw them away or keep them in jars, never realizing that one coin could be life-changing. Some of the top-condition 1964 D pennies sell for thousands. Even standard uncirculated ones in red condition can fetch a few $100s. Special mint set coins from that year have sold for over $15,000. Every collector knows that 1964 D has some of the most exciting error coins around. So how do you check your pennies? Start by pulling them out of your change jars. Look closely at the date and the D-mint mark. Check the color. Red pennies, especially those that are bright and shiny, are more valuable than brown ones. Check the letters and rim carefully. Are there doubled letters? Does the coin look off-center? Is there damage, or does it have a smooth, clear edge? Use a magnifying glass if you can. Every detail counts. Once you find a coin that looks unusual, don't spend it. Take a picture and compare it to known error coins online. Some errors are very subtle, so even a small difference can make a huge difference in value. If it looks like it might be a real rare coin, get it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. That can turn a regular coin into a certified treasure that sells for life-changing money. Imagine holding a coin that everyone else sees as worthless, but you know it could be worth thousands. That's what makes coin collecting so exciting. It's like a treasure hunt. You never know which coin in your pocket could be the next big find. It could be a Berty double die, a wrong planchet, a clipped planchet, or a repunched mint mark. Each one has its own story, its own mystery, and its own potential to make you gasp when you see the auction results. Auctions are where the real excitement happens. People have paid thousands for 1964 D pennies in top condition. One MS-67 red penny sold for nearly $8,000. Another MS-67 penny brought over $4,000. A special mint set penny sold for over $15,000. And as we mentioned, the Berty penny has brought six-figure prices. Each of these coins proves that ordinary-looking pennies can hide extraordinary value. The thrill isn't just about the money, though. It's about the story. Every coin has a history. The 1964 D pennies were made during a chaotic time at the mint. Errors slipped through because machines were running fast, workers were under pressure, and the dies sometimes doubled, shifted, or struck the wrong planchet. Each error coin is a piece of that history. It's a tiny artifact from a moment that no one planned, but everyone now treasures. It's also about the search. Imagine dumping a jar of pennies and spotting one that looks different. Your heart races as you pull out a magnifying glass. You compare it to known error types. Maybe you notice a doubled letter, maybe the coin is off-center, maybe the metal is wrong. That moment, discovering a possible hidden treasure, is what keeps collectors coming back year after year. Some collectors spend decades hunting error coins. Others stumble across them by accident. You might be in that lucky group if you start checking your 1964 D pennies today. It doesn't take a lot. Just careful eyes, patience, and a little knowledge. Once you know what to look for, you can separate ordinary pennies from coins with life-changing value. Remember, errors and rare varieties can be subtle. The Berty double die is extremely rare. Wrong planchets are rare. Off-center strikes are rarer still when dramatic. Repunched mint marks exist in small numbers. That's why collectors fight over them. Even a single coin can spark a bidding war and sell for thousands or hundreds of thousands. Don't forget about condition. Coins in mint condition are worth the most. Red pennies, uncirculated, with sharp edges and no damage, are the real treasures. Brown coins or worn coins are less valuable, but if they have an error, they could still be worth something. Even coins in poor condition can surprise you if the error is dramatic enough. So, what should you do right now? Grab all your 1964 pennies. Get a magnifying glass or loupe. Check each coin carefully. Look for doubled letters, strange mint marks, off-center strikes, wrong metal color, or clipped edges. Compare anything unusual to known examples online. If it looks promising, get it graded. You could be sitting on a piece of history and a coin worth life-changing money. This is why coin collecting is so exciting. Ordinary change can turn into treasure. A coin that seems worthless could become the highlight of a collection, the center of a story, or even a life-changing sale at auction. Every jar of pennies could hide a secret, every drawer could hold a prize. The 1964 D. Lincoln penny is not just a coin. It's a key to hidden treasure, a tiny piece of history, and a chance for big money. The opportunity is real, but it won't last forever. Every year, more pennies are spent, lost, or thrown away. Some of the rare coins have already been found and are locked in collections. But that still leaves possibilities. Your next handful of pennies could contain a Berty double die, a wrong planchet, or an off-center strike. You never know until you check. If you want more tips on finding coins with life-changing value, more stories about rare coins, and hidden treasures that most people overlook, subscribe to this channel. Turn on notifications so you never miss a coin that could make a huge difference. Every penny in your pocket could be worth far more than you think. Remember, this isn't just about money. It's about discovery, history, and the thrill of the hunt. The 1964 D. Lincoln penny is more than a coin. It's a tiny time capsule, a piece of the minting story, and a potential treasure. One small detail can change everything. A doubled letter, a strange mint mark, a wrong metal, or an off-center strike can transform a penny into something incredible. So start looking today. Check every 1964 D penny you have. Examine the letters, the mint mark, the color, and the edges. Compare anything unusual to known error coins online. Photograph anything that looks different. And if it's really special, get it graded. You could be holding a coin worth hundreds, thousands, or even six figures. The difference between ordinary and extraordinary is just one careful glance. The hidden treasure of the 1964 D. Lincoln penny is out there. Maybe it's in your pocket, your jar, or your old coin collection. One coin could change everything. Your next discovery could be the coin that collectors dream about, the one that sells for big money at auction, the one that makes you realize that ordinary pennies aren't always ordinary.